D23 just sent out their panel reservations for all the attendees, and we have some thoughts about it. So stay tuned and see what we think.
Hey everyone, so if you're new here, I'm Mitchell,
I'm Michael.
and we're the owners of Magical Keys Vacations. We
Mhm.
focus on making special memories for you and unlocking your ultimate vacations. But today we're going to talk about D23
Mhm.
as it's coming up in just a couple days, and we're
Yeah.
so excited to go.
Super excited.
And we want to talk about the reservations that we have
Mhm.
and kind of the process that we experienced this time.
Right.
So back in 2022, same ordeal. You have like pretty much like a lottery to get in. It puts you randomly. You wait for who knows how many hours to get tickets. And then once you secure your tickets, you eventually get to make reservations. You'll pick your top like 4 or 5 from 3 different categories for each day. Once you do that, you submit it into like a raffle, and then it spits out your options for the event a few days before it starts.
Mhm.
So last time we were lucky enough to get, what did we get, three
We
or
got
four
about
each?
3 for each of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't really have to wait in any of the panel lines. We already had reservations for the things we wanted.
Yeah.
So we just checked in that 30 to 45 minutes early and waited to go in. That's not the experience we're having this time.
Nope.
So I don't know if it's because it was our first time there or, luck of the draw is like a lottery. But this time I got 2 reservations,
And I got 1.
and the 2 I got were the D23 Masquerade Ball, which
Mhm.
is great, hosted by Nina West,
Saw it last year.
and the one of the Pixar Ball giveaways.
And then the one I got is signing with the director and producers from Zootopia 2.
Mhm. So great things.
Hmm.
Um, But again, a little different than last time. And I know some people I don't think even got reservations. So we're very happy about them.
Yes.
Um,
It's just a different experience. We thought we were going to possibly get more,
mhm,
or at least both of us have 2,
mhm,
because like his Pixar giveaway ball is just getting something
mhm.
compared to like the masquerade or like sitting in a panel for like the Miss Piggy thing. Then you get a bigger time slot where the Pixar ball or like the signage is just a couple of moments
Mhm.
with the people.
Yeah. Um, which there are a couple things new that they're doing this year.
Hmm.
So we do have the tickets to see the entertainment portion and the parks portion
And the Legends
and the
portion.
legends portion.
Hmm.
So the night events, which they did switch from the morning, um, we're very grateful for that because that's really like the main reason we're going. So we can report back to you on things
Yeah.
that are coming out.
And last year we weren't able to get those because they weren't purchasable tickets.
Mhm.
They were just in the lottery for all the panels. So last year we didn't get any of those. So that could be one reason why we got so many last year. And then this year we bought the tickets to participate because they changed it up this year for more people to see those big giant panels. So maybe that's why we got less panels this time because we're going to the bigger panels in the
Mhm.
evening.
Yeah, which would totally make sense.
Yeah.
Um, Especially if, and we would love if you guys are going to D23 to hear what panels you got or going to.
Or didn't get that you wanted to get.
Yeah, and if you're going to those big park events at night at the Honda Center,
Yeah.
because again, that would make sense if the people that weren't going to those got some more panels, which would be great for you.
Hmm.
But we're just kind of curious on like the algorithm and the methodology behind it because we usually do pick some different panels to kind of open up our chances.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess let us know what your experience is so far.
Yeah.
So something we saw in 2022 is they took away the ability to stay overnight and wait for panels to get in line for, which we think was a good move. I know not everybody liked it. We also don't feel like sleeping in a cold, like cement floor all night to try to get a spot for a panel,
Yeah.
which is where the parks and the entertainment was. So now that that's been moved to the night, I think that's going to shift a little bit of the morning time. So now you can arrive after 4:30 a.m. to start lining up. Doors don't open till 9. Um, and the first event, at least on some of the days, are at 10 o'clock. And for each like stage has a different time slot. So the premiere stage, I believe, is 45
45.
minutes
Yeah.
before the panel starts. You need to be lined up and scanned in. Um, most of the other ones are going to be 30, and then a couple of the smaller ones are 15 minutes before. Now, if you are not lined up and scanned in, there are standby lines for these stages and panels. So people will start getting put in from the standby line if you are not in line and ready to go.
Which we will be doing this year since we didn't get a lot or the ones that we wanted that we slotted for. So we're
Mhm.
going to try to see which ones that we're going to be able to wait in line for.
Yeah. And so now it becomes like a really fun like puzzle game because we did make a list of things that we wanted to do, but now they also added more things that they didn't give you options to go to,
Okay.
which I thought was kind of interesting. And Michael's having a weird thing with his reservation.
Yeah, because the panel that I got or the reservation that I received was for a signage for Zootopia, like I said, but it on my email that I got it says it's 2:30 to 3:30 on Saturday, but the one that's in the app during that time slot it doesn't say Zootopia with the people, but later in the day around 4 to 5 it
Mhm.
has that same verbiage of the signage of Zootopia 2 with the two people in it. So I don't know if I'm getting the same one or if I'm getting something different or if there's a glitch in the system that my
Mhm.
time is wrong or their time's wrong. So we'll see what happens when we get there or if things have changed.
Yeah, so definitely check your reservations for what you got compared to their list. Because if it's different, that needs to be addressed. I'm going to look into reaching out to them just to clarify which one we need to go to. Since it's not on the first day, we also might just wait till we get there to ask because it's not a huge
Yeah,
deal.
because it's on Saturday later in the day. So
So that's something to think about. And then you're also having the transportation to and from the Anaheim Convention Center to the HANA Center, which they
mhm,
did put out. If you haven't looked at the app recently, they just updated it. It looks great.
yeah,
Everything's very well laid out and easy to find. So I'll show you that here in a little bit. Now, with the transportation, they do have D23 buses, and they also have the Anaheim transportation buses as well,
mhm.
um, which is nice because they have 4 different routes for the Anaheim. Is it 4 or 5?
I thought you said 4. Oh no, maybe it's 5.
It's 4 or 5. We'll let you know down below. But when you're coming back, it's going to give you options if you're staying at the resort that you can take a special like track. So I think ours is like 3 because it takes us to one of the Disney resorts.
Hmm.
But it also goes to area like Good Neighbor hotels. And the D23 bus takes you back to the Anaheim Center. So
Just in case you probably parked your car over there.
yeah, so definitely look at that. There is also parking available at the Honda Center while it's lasts. But the thing to know is it did say to allow at least 90 minutes to transfer from the Anaheim
Anaheim.
Center over to the Honda Center. Now, Disney is pretty good about hauling large amounts of people in a structural way, but there is a lot of people going to the Honda Center because it's sold out very quickly.
Very quickly.
So interested to see how they're going to shuffle everybody over. So it does give a kind of big window for how long you have to get transportation over there
Hmm.
compared to when the show starts. So that's really nice.
Also, be aware that when you do go to the Honda Center, they do have a size limit for your bags that you're able to bring. I know a lot of us will probably be shopping while we're at the Anaheim,
Hmm.
and we're just going to go straight to the Honda Center. They do have a holding area,
Hmm.
but it is, I believe, $15
Yes.
per bag that you're going to put on hold
Hmm.
that you can be stashed to the side, and then your own personal thing has to be pretty small.
Yeah, we measured it out and it's like the size of a fanny pack essentially,
Yeah.
but not one of the extended fanny packs. So it has to be like the small ones.
And your lounge fly backpacks do not count, so you
Yeah.
can't bring those in either.
They did specify those.
Yeah.
But if you're going to the Anaheim Convention Center first, the dimensions for the bags are different.
Yeah.
So you should be allowed them there, just not at the Honda Center.
So be prepared. As Mitchell mentioned, the app for the D23 thing has been updated. And one cool feature that we found out is that you can see the schedule for each day. And then for each thing that's happening during the day, you are able to add it to your calendar. You can click the calendar button on the side. And it can give you alerts from either like 5 minutes to an hour before the panel or whatever you're selecting starts. So for us, since we didn't get everything that we wanted and we have more free time during the day, to either shop or do other things. Now, I selected a couple of those panels that we wanted to go to on the calendar just so to give us an alert and see if we wanted to head over there so we can wait in the wait line before then. So I think that's a really cool feature that they had before. And as you said, there are things on there that were not mentioned at all before. One of them that I can just say now is the sing along with Beauty and the Beast, that almost twice a day you can be singing the opening of Belle from Beauty and the Beast and probably be a villager. What we know what it's going to be, we don't know. Are we going to be singing and dancing? Possibly. Are we going to go to it? Probably. So cool.
Now, something they did do last time is for like the Mickey's of Glendale, the Pin store, and a couple other stores, you do have to have a reservation to get in there. The virtual reservation opens at 4 a.m.
So early.
So you're gonna want to set an alarm. It's very early,
Very
which I
early.
guess for us isn't so bad because it's like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock our time.
Fair.
So we're like already up and at work.
True.
Um, but you do have to get up early. Try to get in the virtual queue line. If you get a spot, just pay attention to it. Um, and then yeah, you'll be able to get into the store. But getting into the convention center so early, again, since the bigger panels are at night, I don't think the morning's going to be as terrible. However, for our people out there that are like resale shoppers, I have a feeling they're going to try to get in earlier to get the really good merchandise that people are wanting and then resell it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my guess and only concern.
True. Like we said, the shopping is the virtual queue, which we're going to be excited about, but there are also other small shopping things that we are excited to go and experience as well. We're going to go see Box Lunch,
Mhm.
Loungefly, Raven Burgers, right?
Yeah,
Raven
Ravenburger.
Burgers, games and stuff because we saw there's a new villainous game and we want to get that because we have all the other ones and we love playing them. So there are going to be some other small little shops that we're going to go try to do
Mhm.
that won't need a virtual queue, but I'm sure there will be wait lines that we have to wait in.
Yeah, and definitely look at because there are some new vendors there that weren't there last time.
Yeah.
It also gives you a layout of the floors and where the stores are. Some of
Hmm.
them have been flipped around and moved. Again, we'll kind of show you the map here in a little bit. But definitely get familiar with that because it's going to be important to know where you're going and how to get there so you can check things off of your list. Now, if you're a D23 Gold member, make sure you go and pick up your free gift. They did it last year for us. It's usually like a poster, a couple little trinkets, and a bag.
Hmm.
And then as you're going around through other vendors and places, they might be giving away like free pins, free photos, a bunch of different items. So that's a good place to store it.
Just make sure that you have your D23 card, either the physical one or the virtual one that can be found on the app
Mhm.
itself.
And you'll probably also need your D23 badge to go with it
Yes.
so they can scan that. That way you don't repeat something.
Yep. Smart.
All right, so let's open the app up, go to the D23 app, and it's going to take you to a page with everything on it that you're going to need to know for the event. They did update it, so it's got a lot more things in it than previously. And the D23 Expo app is no longer working, so it's just this one app, the fan app. And then let's pop up to the transportation page. So here you're going to see the parking lot at the Anaheim Center. It's going to give you all the information you need to know. It's going to talk about the buses, bag checks, and then over to the Honda Center. So it's going to show all the drop-off locations, times for pickups when they start, bag information. So everything we kind of talked about, it's here in the app. So this is going to be a good reference point for you to get all the details. If you click down below, you can look at the scheduling. And it's nice because it gives you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can switch between them, and you can even look at your schedule by what you added to your calendar. Now, if you click on the maps button down below, it's going to give you the maps of the Anaheim Center You can select each floor. It'll give you where all the booths are and what's going on. So this is really nice. Definitely take a look at it before you get there, so you kind of know where you're going. You'll also see the Anaheim area. Again, parking and transportation. And then if you click on the info button at the end, this is going to be super helpful. It's going to give you a ton of different icons that's going to be helpful throughout the whole weekend. And then if you scroll all the way down, you can switch to the other app. For some reason, mine's not pulling up now, but this is going to take you to where your ticket information is. So definitely make sure it's working before you go. And I would screenshot a copy of everything just in case the app doesn't work when you get there. And of course, make sure you bring your physical tickets as well, D23 membership and your D23 pass. All right, so that's kind of the app and what's going on. We're going to be spending the next couple days picking our panels and creating a better game plan now that we kind of have a layout of what the days are going to look like.
A lot of studying the map.
All right, so if you haven't already, make sure you check out our previous videos. We have our D23 from 2 years ago, and then also our predictions for this upcoming year. If you have not already, go on and hit that like and subscribe button down below.
Please.
Comment with what panels you got and what you're hoping to get, even if you didn't get it in your reservation already. Now, just to remind you, I'm Mitchell,
I'm Michael.
and we are Magical Keys Vacations, and we're so glad you're here, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.